Welcome back to the channel, folks, and I'm taking a look at something while I wait on some new product to arrive patiently, or rather impatiently. I thought I'd take you on a quick little journey. I know, you're looking at this and saying, what is that? What does GotBot have now? This is the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Fast Action Battler Optimus Prime. And you might be saying, why waste your time on this? Well, it's leading somewhere, so I hope that you'll indulge me for a few minutes as we take a look at this guy and I give you a little bit of a GotBot collector true story in the latest GotBot True Review. Okay, folks, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, and as always, check me out everywhere. Check out my work. And this is, as I said, a figure that is kind of old. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you probably heard me say that I was edit collecting for a while, more on the fringes of the franchise for a while, and that it was really the FOC Voyager class Soundwave that pulled me back in a big way. But I also said that I had a few figures here and there, a couple of movie line ones. And this was one of them. You see, I had a lot of figures as a kid, and I loved Transformers, as a lot of us did, right? And, you know, I had that original Optimus Prime, and I threw him in the air when he got shot, so to speak, and he landed on the grass and his legs broke off. I was sad. And then I got the original Power Master Optimus Prime, and that was great. And it was years later, and I said, maybe I should have something more updated. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know that for me, in my collection, even though I reviewed the Classics Optimus, and that's a fantastic mold, I use the Evasion Mode Optimus, customized as my representation of that character. And even just really recently, I looked at the Titans Returns Power Master Prime, and how fantastic that is. But in the modern age, my first Prime of the modern age was this guy, and I thought at the time that it was okay and pretty good, and I'll explain how all that evolved in just a minute. Paint apps for this guy, to be honest with you, at the time I thought that they were pretty good. Granted, the arms here are not at all right like the movie. He does have a pretty great head sculpt though. Even for today, he has a really great head sculpt. Looks very Optimus Prime-ish. I'm going to give his paint apps, at the time I would have probably given them like a 9. Now I'm going to give them, with everything that I've learned in the years between this guy coming out and now, I'm going to give it about a 7.5, an 8 maybe. It's okay for a movie version of Optimus. In terms of articulation, I thought this guy was pretty good when I got him, because I said, well, his toes can tilt, and he has a, oh, okay, only a knee to there, but I mean, his leg can go forward and it can go back, and you know, if you get his arms out of the way, they can go apart this far. Wow! There's no real thigh rotation, it's just at the ball joint there. His head can move left and right, doesn't really look up or down. The arms though can go, you know, well, not all the way around because of these truck pieces, but they can go up and they can go back and they can go way out. And now, they can't bend, but there's a pin there for them to bend. And there's only a little piece of plastic that you can shave off up here. And then, or you can do like me and just force it and get him an elbow bend that way. He came with a gimmick, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. You press buttons on the top of his arms, and these two blades come out for blade wielding action, I guess. I guess that's what it is, blade wielding action. And I thought that was pretty cool. I even thought it was cool that you could put that blade back and pull out his gun. Now there is a missile that goes in there. I don't have it in there now, and I don't tend to put it in there because, to be perfectly honest with you, it's more of a nuisance because the button is really touchy for it. But this was where my primes started, and I like the idea that he could convert quickly. If you know me, you know that I like involved yet quick, easy transformations, because that's the fun of these guys, changing them back and forth. His posability, playability, again, at the time, I probably would have given it a 9 and said, hey, that's great compared to what G1 had. Now, it's maybe a 5. It's nothing great. It's nothing to get excited about. Transformation, though, is like a 10. It's so easy. If I can line them up, you peg the legs together and you flip up the feet, and that's pretty much the back of the truck done. You take this whole backpack off, and yes, he does have a very obnoxious backpack, but you take the whole backpack off, and you got the arms here on the side. You take the body, and there's a hinge in here, inside, and you turn that hinge up, and you still leave the arms back. When you turn that hinge up, you really take his whole chest section and his head and the front of the truck, and you bring the whole thing down. You can see how this is going to go. The arms flip up on the side, and the arm flips up on the side, and there is, see if I can show it, there is a peg here and a hole here, and the arms go together like that and come down. You bring in these two little side pieces, and they're on springs, and last but not least, you bring up the truck hood, not hood, roof, and there's two little tabs up here that will go tabbed in right in the center here. And you bring it up. By the way, you might notice the new camera, I'm still getting used to it, so bear with me. I don't usually adapt to technology well, but in the end, there you go. That's him in that mode, and you saw how quick and easy that was. And it's a pretty good truck mode, except for right here. I find right here looks kinda, it's like it doesn't quite fit right or something. But I thought this guy was pretty good. Oh, how times change, and how you learn things as a collector and as a fan. Overall, there was a time I would have given this guy like an 8.5 or a 9. Thought it was a pretty great figure. Now I look at him and I say, hey, he's only about 5.5, maybe 6, something like that. But he is pretty great for kids. He was, and I guess that's what he was designed for. As you know, for a collector, maybe not so much, especially when we have such awesome figures around. Anyway, that's it for this guy. But I wanted to do him because I have another one more in the line that's going to actually start a look at, you know, another significant evolution in my collecting. So stick around. You know, I'm going to do this story, of course. Like I said, I'm waiting on some Titans Return stuff and whatnot. As that stuff comes, it'll take priority. But thanks for giving me some of your time. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And what can I say? I really look forward to the next time that you and I get together for another visit right here inside the videos.